Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Margie. I'm a Hilk empath. I just like having these conversations, these little talks on the way I feel about things. Right now, I'm like, because I'm listening to Technotronic in my ear right now. Pump up the jam, pump it up. I want a place to stay. I want a place to stay, man. I want a place to stay where I can just be with me and Ma and my family. And have people come visit. I'll cook for you. I'll cook fruit for you. I'm a great cook, man. Anyway, I was going down some ant holes this morning. I got Sammy Davis Jr. was on my passed by my third eye, so I went down an ant hole there. It's just like, it all adds up, man. It all adds up, man. It's all so beautifully synchronistic, and all the things that lead us to where we're supposed to be, and when we're where we're supposed to be, where God intended us to be, we can be comfortable and blissful. And if you look around, you don't see a whole lot of people choosing to live a comfortable, blissful life. A lot of people, as I see it, they're just, they don't have no faith bigger than themselves. They don't believe in God. And what I like to do now is just take a moment to invite God into the room. Let people recognize that this, I understand there's all sorts of gods and deities and spirits and demons and things like that. At the top of that pyramid, there is one God. I recognize it. And everybody has a different interpretation of God. Everybody sees their God different. Jessie Zabora, I've been listening to her a lot on, she's been doing a lot of interviews with South Africa, Aquarius Rising South Africa, and she's a dot connector like me. See, you have to have these people that live these horrendous life in youth that remember it all. And then you have some that get, some of us have been talking about it forever. Hey, this stuff's real, man. This stuff's true. I was raped when I was a 10-month-old baby. People can't handle other people's emotions, so they rely on, no, that doesn't happen, and they created a society based in denial where the evildoers get to feed off that. And that's why I went down that. I knew that Sammy Davis was a Luciferi. He's a Luciferi. He's Luciferian. He didn't hide it. He let everyone know. And it ain't that interesting that he was in a freaking car accident when he was 28 years old and he lost his left eye. He lost his left eye in a car accident. Yeah, it was right outside of San Bernardino. Yeah, that's what happened. And it's just like, and he was, see, and that's what I wanted to ask Jessie about. Maybe I'll ask her one day. It's like, where does the Brat Pack sit on all this Luciferi stuff? Because I listened to a song that he wrote called that Old Black Magic. Old Black Magic. Oh, that old, and people are in it. See, I love jazz. I love all kinds of music. I love jazz. I love opera. I love, country music prior to the 90s. Some of it, not all of it. Mid 90s, Now it's just all, it's just created to, it's like made to create cognitive dissonance. It's like don't even, the tunes and shit don't even make sense to me. I'm just, stop. I'd rather listen to nothing. So he and that's the thing is they a lot of people study. They already know. They know how to manipulate and control people to keep them under. And I was listening to Jessie's talk with the one that she put out overnight with Janine Tarot. They're collaborating. People. I'm trying to collaborate. I let people know. I'm like, hey man, if you ever want to have a conversation with the Heyoka, I got Zoom. I got Skype. We could do this. I'm kind of tech savvy. But people are just like, oh, I love your comment, but no. I don't get no invites to have no talk, no two-way talks, so I just keep having these one-way talks with the homies in my soul, my same freak tribe, I just try to connect with people. The ironic part about Sammy D losing his eye That old black magic guy losing his eye, his left eye. He did it right outside of San Bernardino, you know. San Bernardino. That's where I was born. 34th parallel. Plus or minus 2. That's my rule of thumb. That usually if you meet people, run across people and you're really tight with, if you start talking, you'll find you've been to literal places on the earth, the same place, plus or minus 2 latitude or longitude. And I've been all over the earth. A lot of places on the third. Like, it was so funny because I was born in San Bernardino, so technically I'm an alien. And then I ended up on the island of Crete, which is like a great feminine portal, you know, for Operation Iraqi bullshit. And then later I found out the only reason why I got to do any of these things and go anywhere is because of my blood. That's why people are put in the positions they are, because of the who they know and what they, you know. It is far more to that than people meets the eye. Jesse was talking about that because I was always thinking about the blue bloods and the red bloods, the blue coat. They call them blue coats and red coats in back in the day, and now that whole energy is coming back around because of the astrology of planetary alignments are in similar positions. But what the reality of it is, it's the blood. It's really the blue bloods and the red bloods. Red-blooded American, blue-blooded colonist. They're freaking lizards, dude. They're related to the Draconians. That's why they gotta control shit. And us red bloods, you know, I don't even know what color my blood bleeds red. You know, but my ancestor on my mom's side ancestorage has been here since the 1500s. So I feel pretty at home on Turtle Island, because before they called it whatever they called it first and started remarketing and rebranding into ultimately Corp USA is what it is today. What are they gonna rebrand the flag? Nah, I hope they leave the flag. I hope they just like change the colors a little bit. Maybe add a little brown. Maybe a little brown in there. A little brown in there, because you know, white is absence of all color. Black, it's all the colors, you know. So when things are too white, I'm like, what is I'll look at all the stuff that it's missing when anything's too white. Anything. And white's a vibration, it's a frequency as I feel it. So, you know, and Jessie elaborates on the different colors of bloods too. You know, she elaborates more. See, we all know this stuff. It's just where do we find it to verify what we already know to be true? Because all the shit that we're given, unless it's in made up, because that's where the true connections happen in subconscious and the ethers. That's where people connect. You know, that's where they meet with higher source. That's where the communions really happen. Is when you're getting out of your own way and not being too much at you and living too much in ego. I was always told ego is easing God out, and I like that. I woke up with a little fear this morning. I instantly got in prayer. Because I was like, Marge, you can't worry, you know. Just when I think I got a little wiggle room, and then it's like something happens, and then it gets tightened up again. I had a little wiggle room last night, and then it got taken away, and then it's just like, okay, we'll see. You know, it's just like. That's why y'all always have to keep God with you in the present moment and just give it to Him. Just give it to Him. I know you got this. I know you pull 3 people out of freaking concrete in the depths of shrouds of darkness. And I know what you can do is beyond the conceptual abilities of what mind and what most people's psyche can handle. Because look at all the stuff that they see that, you know, that are miracles, and they're just like, oh, God, that ain't real. That's not what they mean. That's not what they meant. So, and they've been using music for years to manipulate people and get, you know, marketing. It's all, you know, they've always have played. Who doesn't know about this stuff? See, and I know about, I've always been studying this stuff. What motivates people, and usually it's money or sex. You know, I've always been a monogamous spirit. I've always just looked for the one person I wanted to be with, not just the one person in the meantime. You know, like, oh, okay, you'll do for now, but I know it ain't you forever, and so many people live like that. You get too hot, bud? Good boy, buds. Been to say hi. Been to say morning to the folks and the peoples, and the been got the bits. Marge been a little too hot in the bits, and the been a cool off, and then we cool Marge. You been alone and go back to sleep, Marge. That's a good boy. I had a little bit of a tantrum this morning because when like, I'm just like, I want to be moved already. I just want to be moved. I want to be in the place where we're gonna be. I don't want the interim. I want to be on the other side of it. And that's when I got to give it to God, because I am powerless. I mean, I can call people all day long. That's what's so frustrating, man, is because I do what I'm supposed to do, and then other people don't do what they're supposed to do. I talked to a woman because I had to get my timesheet for my mom's care, and I needed a reprint. I needed to get another one. And so I called, and the woman was so cool. She was so specific, it's for this date and this date. Yes, it's for this date. I get it, and it was for the freaking last month. And so I wrote a note, changed the pay period. I'm like, this was supposed to be for this pay period and this pay period, All I can do is all I can do. It's like I go to order tacos from Taco Crap. Hell, you had a Taco Bell yesterday. Sometimes I get craving because they taste the same as they did when I was a kid. That's like one of the things that they haven't completely obliterated because of cutting cost and freaking. I know it's shit food and I don't eat it very often. Sometimes I like it, so I got some tacos and just the crappy, just the cheap ones. Got a box of them. Ate tacos all day, and the lady starts to take my order, and I order, and then it just fell off, and then it was nothing, and I was like, hello, and there's 3 people behind me, and I'm like, I just want this, can I? But I don't want the burritos. Can I just get the tacos? She's like, yeah. All right, and then I get to the window, and she's like, I'm sorry, our sensors didn't recognize your truck. And I was like, I fall through the cracks all the time. I'm Hyoka. I vibe high, so it's like I'm undetected. I mean, it's like I have conversations with people. I can say something to some, and they straight up look through me. And then people start talking about these veils of like cloaks of protection and stuff like that. I'm like, is that what I'm in a protection bubble? So I can't even communicate with people? That's weird. That's no way to live. And then I was like, oh, people live vibrationally. They live in vibrational. So when people are fearful and they're freaking living that vibe fear, or they're in that ego fear where all they give a shit about is money and the freaking driving Teslas and having big stupid trucks, and have this bell and that whistle and look what I got and my freaking, none of that stuff ain't gonna make nobody's dick work any better. At some point, your head takes over and then it all goes away. And I say that in a woman too, because women, we have masculine energy too, and that's the thing. That's why I'm trying so hard to just be in love right now, because when I get scared, I just get mean. I get mean. I get mean when I get scared. And I don't want to be mean. So I want to come people proper and be like, listen, this is my situation. I understand your situation, but I got so many ideas and solutions about stuff. People are trying to sell houses right now. Good luck. Coming into the season, it's like whatever's shifting out right now. But if you don't feel your house right now, and if it ain't happening right now, it ain't happening. And it's not. So if you got one and you got people in the rent and you're trying all that stuff, how many mortgages can you pay? So careful about what people ask for. Careful about what people think too much about what they want. It's that ego stuff, man. And people just go around living life how they want to make them comfortable and to keep all the ooga boogas out, to keep all the scary stuff away and keep all the bad things from happening in life. People can't control bad shit from coming in, man. We're spirits having a human experience, and the only reason why we are incarnate is to learn experiences. Full spectrum experiences. Scary shit, good shit. A lot of people have lived a lot of good, scary shit, but haven't got to the good shit. And look at how many people got to live all the good shit their whole entire life and never had to freaking sit in the shit. So now, seems to me like the playing field is leveling a little bit, and other people are getting to sit in their shit. Look at all the freaking psychological freaking breakdowns we're seeing of entertainment because their egos are just disheveled. They're just like, you people gotta look at me. I gotta be seen. Oh my goodness, and the stuff they say is just freaking People just know that it's fake and it's phony, because how do people that have always been given lines, how are you ever gonna know who you actually are, because you always been playing a role? So things that I wonder about. So, made a couple notes. I looked at the clock this morning, September 27, 2020. It was 7:44:44. I was like, yeah, right on. So today I'm trying to allow my faith to be bigger than my fear every moment that I'm in. And whenever I start to get worried, I just give it to God. Just give it to God. Just keep doing the next right thing. Just doing the next right thing. You know? Everybody's got family they're trying to take care of. Everybody's got somebody they're trying to take care of. Everybody's hanging on for something. You know? But the thing of it is in hanging on to that is that I have to let go of my fear so I can reach on with my other. I'm hanging on to them, but I've got to hang on to my faith, because the fear will just leave you desperate and falling every single time. Every single time. Every single time. What did I call the talk today? Wisdom is knowing the difference. See, because ever since I always prayed, because I could just concentrate on the words and not think about how I feel, you know. So it's just always, now I'm praying over the food again. Bless the Lord, these are again about to receive my bounty through Christ, Lord, amen. You know, bless the food, you know, because they put shit in the food. So you got, you know, put your positive intention over their negative. You know, got to trump their evil doing and stuff. And I listened to a talk about all the nasty companies that they put freaking, you know, fucking fetuses in and stuff like that. And it's just like, because it's a stimulant. Because it's like when Coca-Cola used to put freaking cocaine. You know, and see, that's the thing, is there's natural things that speed you up, but then there's there's other naturals that's inhumane. It's inhumane. It's ungodly. And the blue bloods like to do that because they're lizard people. They're, you know, they don't got no scruples. They don't got no moral compass. They just, you know, they live the lie, the bloodlines, the lines, the blues, the jazz. Isn't that funny? It's called the blues to get you in a soulful, woeful way. I like the gospel, like Shackles, Mary, Mary, get you in a, you know, it's that music. You can put you down here, make you sad, make you want to drink, sit in your misery, or you could rise above that and live in joyful contemplation. Whatever that saying is. So one of the prayers is wisdom prayer. God, grant me serenity, accept things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, wisdom to know the difference. Wisdom to know the difference. I can't change anything. I can't get people to call me back. I can't make people let me live in their house. I can't make people help me get a loan to, you know, if your credit's good, I'll freaking flip all the funds, just sign all the paperwork, your name, and then I'll direct deposit the shit. You know, we gotta do that's against the, they make so many laws, people are freaking slipping through the fucking cracks, and I won't be one of them. I won't be one of them. I won't be one of them. You know, and it's just like, this I believe is how demons fall, is because people reach out in so much faith, and then like the powers that be just like, nah, don't help her, don't anybody fucking help her, let's see what she does. And then, like, you know, somebody of my background, I get indignant, I get mad, why can't people just start I throw my tantrums, acting like I did in my fearful days. And then what happens is they're like, see, look, she's crazy, but that's what they want. So you got to keep in your faith. You got to keep in your faith that you will be taken, you know. I don't know what's going to happen this week. I honestly don't. I thought it was cool last night. Now I don't. I woke up with now I don't. You know. Now I don't. It's just like that. Life is an emotion. That's why I gotta just trust in my God that everything's gonna be okay. And I see people getting taken care of. I see women that need to get moved. And they freaking do it, you know. I see that there's organizations for, you know, women that get abused and stuff, then they can bug out and have, you know, safe havens, you know. But why are they so fucking hard to find? Where are all the non-for-profits for us? You know, I'm just a 46-year-old woman. I knew I was gonna have to look out for my mom at the later part of her years, you know. And I don't even know how because she's physically healthy. It's just she's got memory problems, you know, but physically she's in good shape. She's agile, so we take our vitamins, you know. She got all of her own teeth. She's got a pretty smile. That's where I get mine, you know. And it's just like, I can't, people get, it's just so frustrating because I see all this shit. I see all the money that billions of dollars on this fucking election, man. Billions. And there's homeless people everywhere. And that's the thing, there's properties all over the place that the cities and the states have bought up, so they used to have where people would come and stay, you know, just stay here, you know, and then they let those stay empty and collect dust, and then just put everybody up in fancy hotels and all that stuff. And it's a club. It's just, everything's a Trump club. Everything's a club. And it's like, if you don't got the blood, the DNA to get in. See, that's why I don't fit in, because my blood is I'm a freedom. I fight for freedom and choice and all that stuff. And I live in a state where the lizards are, and the witches and the black magic is running the show. See? Where fear has been in control. And as you know, what's going on in Portland right now, it's a shit show. It's freaking, you don't freaking burn flags and shit. You just don't freaking cause these kids are freaking, where are these people's parents, man? It's just like, it's this pulse of negativity that is fucking ruining it for the rest of the world. It's the evildoers. That's all I can call them. Is they're just freaking create carnage. Somebody has to clean that shit up, man. Why don't you go work in a restaurant? Why don't you go do some hard ass work? Why don't you go clear some brush so your cities don't burn down, your families and friends don't die in fires and stuff like that? Why aren't people putting their energy towards shit that's productive? Because fucking breaking shit and burning down buildings and shit and burning flags and just, you know, showing the whole world what little bitches you are. Because you're little bitch. Because little bitches act like that, man. I'm mad. You know, it's like you don't get your way. You know, you throw the plate down. I'm just gonna break it. I know people like that. I've had people break my toys when I was a kid because I'd be like, it's my turn. It's my toy. Well, I was playing with it. No, it's my toy. Oh, okay. And then they'd break my toy and be like, now you don't get to play with your toy. And just like, I let you play with my toy because I was sharing my toy, and then you freaking didn't, you know. And it's that heart space that these people, there's a thing called rotation of service, and the blue bloods like to keep people in positions. I mean, I know there's Republicans that have been in the seats, you know, as long too, but there's rotation of service, and you don't get to freaking control the earth with your, especially look at all the Congress, like that Pelosi bitch, she's a total lush too. Just like that RBG bitch. They're all drunks, man. They're all lushes. They freaking sold their soul years ago. That's why they keep working, because they have to work for Satan to create cognitive dissonance. And that RBG bitch, she just freaking helped a lot of her dastardly evildoers stay out of prison. That's what she did. Everybody I'm like, dude, she looks like a little lizard. I'm like, come on, people. Come up with your own narratives, because the fucking shit they've been feeding us their shit don't even add. Or terrorists attacking New York City. I mean, come on. Good show, though. Good show. Nice props. Killing freaking 3,000 of our own people. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. And Ellen says, you gotta be nice to I would never, I'd flip that bastard off out the hangar door at the 8 shop. Baby Bush got it out the door. F you, I know what you are. They want you to be like them. People want you to be like, I don't want people to be like me. I don't want that weight of that responsibility. But the majority of people want you to be like them. So when they're scared about stuff, what do you think happens when people are fearful? they want you to be like them. So what are they going to do? Fearful people? They're going to give you reasons to be scared. And then it's that pulse. See, it's the pulse. We're all amperages. We're all AC, DC. We all are. Some of us are more applied current. You know, we get more for. I look at it as applied current is current that it comes from source, but direct current is something that is imposed, inflictuated, like you're, you know, like electric shock treatment. People don't want that, but it's imposed upon them. Yeah, that's how I look like applied current. We all got it. We all got a balance of it. And some of the energies are looked at as feminine energy. Some of them are masculine in energy. But, you know, some of them are kind and loving. Some of them are curt and more authoritarian. You know, but everything is supposed to be in people's highest ultimate good. Not this freaking human feeding cannibalism freaking nastiness that has been running the planet for years, but everyone's like, no, that is the biggest freaking false flag in the world. That doesn't happen. Babies don't get raped. There aren't giants and freaking werewolves and all that. It's all bloodlines, dude. It's all bloodlines. It's all this stuff is freaking real. It's that old black magic, but the thing of it is white magic is faith. White magic is love, God, glory, rapture. White magic. People are stepping out of their black magic, love and desire into their light. You know, I believe in good witches, bad. I believe in good and bad in every single thing, being, energy, or negative, low, high vibrational frequencies and low vibrational frequencies. And people also have the power to choose where they're going to sit. And I also started the freaking truck this morning, and she's still freaking gunk. I'm like, I surrender. I surrender with thinking that I know the answers, and hope that, and then turn it over to God, and hopefully that, you know. So today I'll be connecting and reaching out to some folks and seeing how they're doing, because I already know how I'm doing. You know, I already know how I'm doing. So that's what I like to do, is I like to reach out to other people and see how they're doing. And so today's going to be a day of that, and it's going to be just another day of glorifying God and trying to be a freaking example of my faith, because I don't want to be example of my fear. I've been a example of my fear for far too long, and I don't want to be angry and mad. There's too much of that. I don't want to pick up all this other angry, mad, fearful energy that I'm picking up on the 45th parallel. I don't want it. I don't got the strength, man. It makes you sick. Being mad makes you sick. Wears you down. Freaking brings down your immunity. That's when, you know, you start getting the sniffles and stuff. Like, I don't want none of that. No. That's how I was like, I remember, I wonder if that's related to that saying, the scant eye. The scant eye. Which one is my left eye? Because that's what they do. If you tell the Luciferian secrets, they take out your left, you lose your left eye. Notice how Mad Anna, she got ooga booga. She freaking really let herself go, man. She really let herself go. They let themselves go. They let themselves go. They forget who they are and the spirit of who they are. And she used to be, I don't know, man. But see, she's like the queen, or the higher priest, witch, or whatever, for all that sex magic stuff. And she had me sold when I was a 15, you know, I thought she was I freaking loved all Madonna's, you know, I loved all that stuff. But now it's just like, nah, none of it's for me. It's like, because she kept going, and I haven't liked her for years and years. That's what I'm saying, is when people let stuff fall away, you know, and now we're seeing who the people that we've been loving and worshiping and giving our money to, you know, this whole time, giving our money to this whole time, and like, you know, with all the sports and stuff, and it's just like, but other people could have used that money more than what I needed. You know, people looking at watching the same game over and over. That's pretty cool. I just keep thinking about the earth of what it's going to be when all this billions of dollars aren't being spent on frivolous bullshit, and then that, like, start building communities for people so they can just have a roof over their head and feel safe, and then from that start creating heaven on earth. So yeah, there's a scant eye that scan, and then I remember like Left Eye from TLC, and I'm just like, all these sacrifices, you know, people sacrifice themselves all the time. I do it in a different way, because I sacrifice, the way I look at it is I don't even look at it as a sacrifice, because it's my family. And I live for my family. So it's, I don't look at it as a sacrifice of the life choices I've made to make sure that Mom just gets to hang out with me all day. Because she don't want to go live in no home. She will die. If she lives in a home, she will die. Because her whole life she never wanted to be there. So for someone to put her in there, she's already been prompting herself that that's not where she wants to be. So when the spirit isn't where it wants to be, it will go elsewhere. Whether it takes this soul sack with you or not, it will go elsewhere. Been a cute little pointed lip. He said, don't bother sleeping dogs, Marge. It's not smart, and it's been known to be rude too, Marge. So I gotta be careful about the music I listen to too. I was thinking about that, man. I love jazz. I never really liked the freaking, like, you know, I was never a dude, a bro, not like into hurting people. So like the Brat Pack. I wonder how many dead bodies are in Vegas because of freaking the Brat Pack, and somebody just looked at, you know, because, you know, when you have power, people freaking just will end you and stuff like that. And they might not even end your life, but they'll live, you know, they may end your ability to get a job and provide for your family, you know. They'll end your ability to make it harder for you to keep a roof over your head and things like that. That's why I gotta rely on community and I gotta get my story out there, because I'm like, I need a place to go, stat, please, immediately, sooner better than later. Sooner better than later. I'm not very patient. I don't like waiting very long. So anyway, that's about all I got for now. I just wanted to come on and plug in and hopefully remind people that, hi Carl, I hope you have a good day. Salutations from England. That's cool. You guys are doing a lot over there. You guys are transmuting so much love. So many freaking thanks for connecting with me today. Clear purification. This problem for sure. Easy. Take it easy. Luna, you be nice. I didn't know that you were even in here. You leave Benny alone. Benny said, Marge, you've been a good boy, Marge. You want a pillow, Benny? You want a pillow, Benny? Good boy. Good boy, Benny. Marge, you bad right Benny, Marge. You've been just a good old boy, Marge. Just a good old dog, Marge. You be nice, crabby girl. She said, bitches get stitches. That's what your bitch get stitches? A bitch get stitches. That's what she says. And don't be no bitch to Luna, girl. She's not nice in the mood. Oh, this is my sermon. We're the new church, man. We're the new gospel. And, that's the thing. It's like, I worked in universities. I'm like, this is all a pony show. Like, every year, they would spend, Creighton University, they'd have moleholes come in. Made my third eye twitch, you know? I'm like, why can't I have a raise? I only make this much, you know, because the numbers people will tell you only make this much, you know? But you know what other people make, because you do, you know, you just do. and then it's all a club, you know? And then they would spend freaking tens and thousands of dollars on freaking flowers. On annual flowers. Wait, annuals? Or is it perennials that come back? Annuals, the only ones that last a season. The flash and bash. You know? And all the money that they just it was one Christmas they had the HR shut down early before the holiday week or whatever, you know, because you know your kids pay so much, we get like a week paid. They just don't come in, you know. You'll get paid for it anyway because the students aren't here, kind of thing, you know. Free time, you know, you get all these bells and whistles. You get in the right clubs. You know, and there are rules and regulations that say, no, you can't do that, but hey, you get in the right, I don't know, that's why I'm like, how do I get into the right club, you know? The young girl that works at the diner that got the invite to go to the top floor of the Woodman Tower in Omaha, and then she's like, yeah, he bought me a laptop. He bought me this Mac. He's going to pay for my college. I'm like, what the frick did you have to do for him? Really? I've seen people help people. There used to be TV shows. What was that one called? Extreme Home Makeover, where someone would be down on their luck, and the whole team, Ty, would come in and they'd tear down the house and rebuild it. Here you go. Live a good life. Wonder whatever happened to those people. You know, or are they still living a good life? You know, or are they still in the same? Or they ended up in the same position that they ended up. You know, it's the heart space of where people are coming from. You got to get that. That's the thing is, I want less things in life so I can live more of my life out in the world, and then share it. My findings, places like this. Yeah, video games, mountains of disposal. They were programmed. We were all programmed. Everybody's programmed. But the thing of it is my program, I always follow my program from God. My heart space has always been for God. You can't do that, man. That's mean. That's not fair. Most of me getting in trouble in my life is because a lot of it is for me speaking up, saying that's bullshit. You can't do that. That ain't fair. And then people want to make an example out of me. I couldn't get a job in, 60 state agencies? 5 from the Office of the Lottery alone in Oregon. Because they're like, your last remarks, I'm pretty sure it's because I said things like, I'm a person of integrity, I will not do things that are not above board, you know, under any circumstances. And I let people know that. And when you let people know that, if they're freaking blue bloods, and I live in a blue state where it's run by freaking that dumb politicians are stupid. They're dumb. They're actors. Politicians have been actors ever since freaking Ronald Reagan, man. It's all freaking to get people to think a certain way. And you can't make people believe lies and bullshit. And this storyline that they have been shoving down our throat, thank God DT, the current administration, is showing these freaking people for what they are. And pleasant society isn't going to be able to handle all the nasty stuff. Oh my goodness. They're drank the juicy crumb. They're really doing that to people? Oh my gosh. I guess. Hey, what up, homie? I guess we're not going to do that. You know, I've been making movies about it, you know. Leaving Las Vegas, you know, all this. Disney's been freaking glorifying it thanks to Key Jin and putting her Monsters Inc., you know. And she actually talks about the chemical makeup of the juicy chrome and stuff storyline, the fear juice, the fear, you know. And then you have the other channels that share and we're all putting it together, you know. Pepsi's been putting freaking baby fetuses in it, and you know, and all this stuff. It's like the court, it's all there. They got in trouble for it, you know, just, you know, pay a fine, move on, you know. And it's like, don't do it for a little while and then start doing it again. Look at all the food that they put freaking natural flavoring in. Don't eat anything with natural flavoring in it. Dude, the freaking, the shadow sides of the church, you know, the crematories, like Catholic churches, I will never eat oatmeal again. No! But I couldn't eat, I liked it for a little while because it's sustenance, and like, I could eat it on the run, and I lived in the Midwest, so I'd want carb load because I worked outside in the snow when I was on the flight, so it don't matter how it tastes, you just need food. That's why I love cooking now, because it matters how you taste, you know. but I was just getting through it, you know. So, you know, but there's a movie called when I was a little girl. There's called The Golden Child, where they put the blood in the oatmeal to get the kid to eat it, and he's just like, you know, he just ate his little leaves. He just ate his little leaves that sustained him. You know, I'll eat my leaves to sustain me. I ain't gonna eat your people riddle Quaker oats. And then you look at the Quaker and the Dutch and the oh my gosh, and then you listen to the Jesse and then oh my goodness. It's a great awakening, folks. 2020, year of clear vision. I've been saying it since 2019. 2020's year of clear vision. I love hearing other people's little sayings on it. I like mine the best. 2020, the year of clear vision. Or 2020, the year of clarity. Other people are like, 2020, the year that people are looking in vision clearly. I'm just like, what? You almost got it. We're almost on the same frequency. Maybe if you rise a little bit higher, you can rise up and hang out with me. I just think I vibe up here. People are down here. And there's about 800, almost 900 people that like to pop up here with me and hang out with me, and they live up here too. But we can't hang out all the time, so. So when we connect on my channel, we're all vibing up here, 6 of us, 7 of us, you know, and then we got to go back to our lives. And in my life, like, I got to go to the store, go to the grocery store today, and so I vibe up here because when I dance with my car, I dance around the store. I dance pulling my cart. I freaking break it down in the aisle, you know. It don't matter. I'm freaking like playing basketball, you know. Everything's fun and joyful for me, you know, when I go out there. And then, like, I get in my truck and the truck runs rough, and I'm just like, oh, live and joy. But you know what? It don't matter. I was like, Mom, it don't matter the truck. I got AAA. It's just like another, it's like, you know, it's just, life is energy. Emotions are frequency. Things are kind of gonna come up in our life that it's gonna make us go up and down. That's why I try to keep my baseline even. I opened the door at the laundromat the other day, and I opened it, and it touched the lady's car. It didn't hit it. It didn't leave a mark even. Just like it falls open, it has its stop spot. I thought it was gonna stop before her door, and it didn't. So it touched it, and she was in her car, and I was like, I didn't leave a mark. And then inside, she was like, oh, I thought you were just a little mannequin today, like bouncing around, you know, and then, and I was like, that is little old lady. I've seen her in laundromat a gazillion times. And I've heard stories of accounts that she's had with other people, and I haven't had those accounts, but it ain't too far of a stretch. I can understand how we could, because I was like, those are controller terms. Oh, you're mannequin today. No, and what I did is I took the power away from her. I said, you know, I don't usually like terms like manicky. I don't identify to manic. Those are controller terms. I said, what? And besides, I like to keep my baseline, you know, pretty even keel. Because what I found is, even when I get so excited about stuff, if you look at the heartbeat, on an EKG, I was going to be EKG technician when I was like 18 for a minute, till the dude shit on the floor, and I was like, nope, ain't doing this. It goes up, but then you have the baseline, and then the dip goes below the baseline after the peak. It goes bloop, and then below the baseline, and then it goes this little thing, right? And we all have the same, or maybe a little different line, but we all the same like that. Unless people have like arrhythmias and murmurs and all that, but anyway, mostly. If you cooperate with Earth, or nature will cooperate with you, and things will sync up. So the heartbeat goes up and down, and so I let her know that I like to keep it even keel, because I understand that as good as I feel, I can't get too excited about stuff, because I know something's going to happen that's going to take the freaking wind out of my excitement sail. So I always try to keep it, you know, yeah, I get excited, yeah, that's cool, you know, but not too much. I don't like to stay there. I used to live in that heightened state. And I'd have to stay in that heightened state. And so I'd have to consume caffeine. I'd have to drink alcohol, you know, because I was programmed as a kid And a lot of, see, the thing of it is I think one of my saving graces is I don't have a lot of the, like, triggers with food. Like, if you're good, we'll go to McDonald's and get some French fries and stuff like that, because we didn't have food a lot. So, I mean, there's other triggers, but it was like, food was always just nurture or nature or sustenance first. And it wasn't, oh, you don't get this for a treat, not for, no, it was just, you know, we, for many years, till I was 7, till I was 13, 14, we just ate turkey pot pies on Thanksgiving, because Mom would give us the choice as kids, you know, do you want one meal, or do you want, you know, this, and then we eat for the rest of the month too. So we just ate turkey pot pies for many years, you know, and you know, and that's a lot more than a lot of people have. There, you know, we didn't have Christmases and stuff like that a lot of times, and you know, one time where, you know, we've always been people's chair, you know, but then I went to college to learn all this stuff so I could give back to people, you know, and help people that help me, you know, in ways like, you know, I could be the mechanic that the little old lady needs, you know, just to get her brakes changed, just so, you know, I could be the IT person to freaking get the seniors, people that are shut in, connected so they can talk to their families across, you know, and see their family and have that connection, you know, that can raise their vibe. I could be that person that learned how to make all these wonderful recipes in life and then make them, you know, people could donate food and provide food. I can make all the food and then just hand it out in the community, you know, and all these regulations and certifications and all this stuff that the state, you know, it could be trust by word of mouth, you know. If we have a bad experience, you eat something that I don't like, you know, don't eat it again, you know. But people got, you know, I got to sue, you know, liabilities, and I think about liability. I'm like, look at all the money wasted in life. Liability, the whole system of liability. To me, liability is a system perpetuated to earn money based on shit that hasn't even happened. Like, one of the reasons why I'm having such a hard place to live is because people look at my 4 dogs as a liability. That they're going to do well, you know what? If they do all damage can be replaced, my dogs can't. And that's the thing, is so many people make the choice to keep their family. They're all the family I fucking have. My dogs and my mom. My brother maybe will be okay one day, but it's every day is just one day at a time, you know. But the fear mongers, the people that don't ever have to worry about anything and everything, they like to inject the fear, the vibration of fear in society like a heroin-filled syringe into the vein of society. Because when people are scared, they panic, and they do all the stuff that they're doing now. So, trying to live in my faith. What was it? Mercury is in Venus? Not Venus. Scorpio. Mercury just... Ooh, my planetary aspect came up a minute ago. You may find yourself looking for a little romance today, or at least enjoying some emotional release. You can appreciate feelings and movement. You may want to just get out and walk or exercise. That's probably what I do, because I usually don't rely on other people for my solace. I mean, I don't. Maybe I'll get to the point where I'll get to one day, but no. I've had the history of having a bad picker. So, remembering Sammy Davis Jr., that is so funny. That little anthole with him. So we'll close out of that. Mercury in Scorpio. That's what's happening. Mercury is in Scorpio now. So I'm just gonna read this little excerpt and then I'm gonna go see how Mom's doing. I got In Vogue in my ear. I love In Vogue, man. You guys don't know what you're missing, man. Hold on. The range. I have friends who say that bitch can blow, but not blow. And I got range, but I'm not ready to put it out there yet. I can blow. Cause I've been learning how to sing my whole life. One life. It's just so, I love music. Hey, Mon. Loving you. Tucker just lifted his head up. I never done that before. He's like, what? Go back to sleep, bud. He's like, want to see Tucker? Everybody's finding their voice. Maybe today's the day I'll go down and dance at the Capitol. I want to do that one day. Just like dance for peace. Don't talk to me. Just come dance with me, man. Talking ain't doing no good right now. So people gotta get in that, just be in that joyful vibe. And that's why I'm so excited about all these people freaking being, we are the gospel, man. We are the spreaders of love. Because all the people that got paid to do it, they didn't do it. They didn't do it. They didn't do it. So, okay, I'm going to read this and then go tend to Mom. I got sidetracked. I got to focus, folks. I get all, I got to stay, be where my hands are. Be where your hands are, be where your feet are. Be present. Mercury, this is by tarot.com. This was posted the 25th. Tarot.com. This is by tarot.com staff, astrology, love, Mercury, scoop of Scorpio. Doesn't anyway, so I'm just going to, Mercury plunges into the depths when it enters passionate and private Scorpio on September 27th at 3:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that was 7, something like that. Pacific time. Mercury is the planet that influences how we think and communicate, but while it moves through this watery sign, our thoughts mix with our feelings and inspire us to ask questions and get to the bottom of what's happening in our lives. Ideas, conversations, and people who are shallow or superficial have no power during Mercury in Scorpio. Instead, this is a time of depth and intimacy, and can be very effective period to talk about difficult issues regarding relationships, money, or mortality. It's time to have the hard conversations, folks. See, Libra season, it's intended to get people to come into balance. Scorpio season is to get people to have those tough conversations, to get you past the hump, and then you get into Sagittarius season where people can start basking in the gratitude of the abundance from clearing away the crap that doesn't serve you anymore. That's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.